I imagine you all heard that. That was me literally turning my body
Right.
and my elbows cracking. Not like, breaking, but it's like you have that moment where it's like I think they say like like there's some air pressure or something in like one of your body parts, and that's why like when you hear it pop, that's what makes the sound or something. I don't know. Anyway, hey, what's up, my dokus? Jason, and welcoming you back to more The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel. Last time, we pretty much ended our day with seeing a duel between Laura and Fee, which ended up working out for them as they were able to finally form a combat link. This time, well, we're gonna go ahead and move Elliot back into the party. And we're going to go ahead and get started on our day 2 tasks. Starting off, we're going to go ahead and go to the Venquire district. And we need to go to Lesage. Well now, you kids must be the Thor's Class 7. I'm Howard, the owner of this here boutique. You looked shocked that I know who you are. But I was the one who designed those uniforms you're wearing. Is that so? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you then. Come to think of it, we just heard yesterday that our uniforms were made here. They're fantastic uniforms. It's an honor to be able to speak to the man who designed them. You're gonna make me blush if you keep all that up. It's really the other way around. You all suit your uniforms very well. You've even made our little tweaks to make you. You've even made your own little tweaks to match your personalities. Good stuff. Thanks. I'm guessing you're here because of that request I sent in then. That's right. Can you tell us a little more about it? No problem. So, we got some new shoes in, but I'd like one of you to give them a little test run for me, just to see how they hold up in action. Oh, that sounds interesting. It's not our usual kind of request. Glad to see the interest. So, you got time to wear some shoes? We'd be glad to help. That's the way. Just what kind of shoes do you need us to test? They're actually the Strega Corporation's newest design. The Strega Corporation? I think I've heard the name before. I don't know my shoe brands very well. I guess they ain't that popular here in Erebonia. I do happen to be familiar with them, actually. I believe they celebrated their 50th anniversary last year. They're from Lemaine State, right? Yes and yes. I'm pretty impressed you two know so much. Same here. I read about them in a magazine once, that's all. Huh. I just realized that you're wearing Strega shoes yourself, young lady. Strega's stuff is easy to move in and durable enough. That's pretty decent. Are they pretty decent? Good to hear some positive impressions. Anyway, I should explain what I actually want you to do. Or I will after we decide on who will be wearing them. The ones I've got here are for girls. Specifically, girls who are maybe 160 to 170 Regé tall. We've only got one person here who fits that bill. You're up, Laura. I can't imagine anyone else in our group wearing them, at least. Then it's sorted. Mind if I ask you to put them on now? Of course. Seems like they're a perfect fit. You'll need this as well, so here you go. What might this be? It's an orbital pedometer. I don't know why I thought of something else. Which you'll use to track how many steps you've taken. It works in tandem with the transceiver in the shoes to count all your steps. Yeah, it sounds like overkill, but I'd like data as accurate as possible. That definitely seems thorough. Is there a specific number of steps you'd like me to take before we return? I think 2,000 steps should do it. You can walk around here more if you want, though. The results should be the same either way, so more steps isn't better or worse. Either way, once you clear 2,000, come on back and talk to me. Understood. Okay, Laura. You ready to do some walking? Always. Alright, Laura's shoe equipment slot has been changed to a pair of ladies' Stregas. Note that the steps count will not increase if you remove these. Alright, so yeah, pretty much we have to go around and we have to walk 2,000 steps. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually just going to go ahead and keep working on some quests, as this will cause us to pretty much walk around and get this quest kind of out of the way. So let's go ahead and we're going to go to the Ost district, as we need to we need to find house number 2, which is right here, and right straight in front of us, actually. We need to talk to Old Man Keaton. No, where'd you go? Don't worry, I'm sure she'll be back soon enough. Oh, you're... Machias! I'm so glad you came. It's no trouble. You want us to find a kitten for you, right? That's right. She's been gone since yesterday, and we were worried sick, but then we heard all about you from City Hall. It's quite a surprise, to be honest. When we sent our request to the Residents Association, we never expected Carl would take matters into his own hands. Oh, so you didn't send it to us directly? Dad's as sharp as ever. Yeah, he really knows how to handle things around here. He is the governor for a reason. Back on the topic though, I've heard that you're all very busy as it is. Do you have the time to help us with this? If not, there's no need to worry about it. There's always time to find a pet. Oh, thank you so much. Does that mean you're gonna find Nono? That's right. We'll find her. We'll bring her back before you know it. Could you tell us what she looks like? Of course. She's a kitten with pure white fur. She's wearing a red collar with bell on it. Oh, and she's a bit of a scaredy cat. Noted. So, when did she disappear? Yesterday evening. She ran away because I left the window open. It's all my fault. Oh no, Cha-Cha. It's not your fault. We told you she was too small to be able to get out the window, and that keeping it open would be fine. It's so high up. We never expected her to be able to get out that way. That seems like a natural assumption. You can't underestimate cats, even if they're young. That applies to her, too. Agreed. Is there anything else you know that could help us? Unfortunately not. But as Cha-Cha said, Nonon's scared very easily. It's only been one night since she left, so it's very likely that she's still in the Ost district. I see. So we'd probably better off keeping our search pretty local. Yeah, I think we can safely assume we should begin our search outdoors. Someone certainly would have gotten into contact with the association if she managed to get into their house. Then it does stand to reason that she'd be somewhere outside. Great. We'll start searching right away. Thank you so much. Please find Nono for me. Alright, let's go ahead and get our quest started. So, we need to find... Looks like we need to find different cats. Oh, there's a cat. Meow. A mom and her kitten. It's always nice to see a family getting along. Neither of them match the description we've been given, though. Yeah, then we should keep searching. Alright, well, let's go ahead and keep looking. And I think the next, spot's right here. What a strange cat. It almost resembles a cow. Wonder if you can milk it. I doubt that somehow. This one doesn't match Nono's description, though. Yeah, let's check elsewhere. Alright, and the last one is right here. Oh, there's a cat. Not the right color, though. Then it's not Nono. Doesn't seem like there's any other cats around here either. Yeah, we should go check somewhere else. I believe we've searched the entirety of the Ost district now. Yeah, I think so. What's up? Well, Haas's house is most of Haas houses most of Heimdall's stray cats, but I haven't seen their leader around anywhere. They have a leader? I guess we haven't really searched the alleyways or anything yet. True. Those are the kind of places you'd expect to find kittens, too. Allow us to return to our search, then. What's wrong, that's quite the impressive presence I feel. It's massive for a cat. Maybe this is their leader? That's one big cat. That's him. That's the leader of all the cats in the Ost district. They call him Mr. Tiddles. That's not a very imposing name. He sure is quick, especially for his size. He's not the boss for nothing. I guess his hideout's on the other side of this gate. It must be. I wouldn't have thought to look here. Let's get this gate open and take a look. Is it alright for us to do that? Sure, the only thing behind here is an old abandoned house. No one will complain if we lock it up afterwards. Mr. Tiddles should be around here should be somewhere around here. There he is. Huh? That kitten matches Nono's description perfectly. But I never would have expected to find her here. Likewise, I'm glad we did though. Don't celebrate too early. Looks like Mr. Tiddles was keeping Nono safe. Oh boy, looks like we've made him mad too. I'll take care of it. Don't worry, we're not here to hurt you. V, are you okay? I'm fine. Stay quiet. Got it. We're not your enemy. All we want to do is take that kitten back to her home. Good boy. I'm not really sure what just happened there, but I guess we're in the clear. I have no words. They seem to have connected somehow. I don't think any of us could have predicted this would happen. Thank you so much for finding Nono. I can hardly believe the legendary Mr. Tiddles took her under his care, though. The thought warms this old heart. Agreed, and I'm impressed that Fee was able to connect with him too. It's not a big deal. Thanks for patching up my finger for me, Cha-Cha. You're welcome. This request allowed us to see a side of Fee we've never seen before. It really did. Oh yes, please take this. It's not much, but it's the least we could do to thank you all. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Bye-bye. See you all again. Once again, thank you so much for all your help. Sorry, I was looking at my notes. I apologize. Anyway, we don't really have much else to do here because we, pretty much the next thing we have is, the port, as we cannot complete that, steps quest until we've taken 2,000 steps, and our best way to do that is to actually take care of the required quest. Don't worry, we will get a chance to complete the quest. This does not screw us out of progression with that quest specifically, even though it is optional, but just trust me on this. Alright, so now that we are at the port, here we are, Heimdall Port. It's the main harbor that opens onto the Anor River. Ah, so that south-flowing river is the Anor. I could see a warehouse district in the distance as well. Yeah, this is a major hub for the capital's freight distribution network. Not quite as important as the Transcontinental Railroad or airships, but still vital. We also received a monster extermination request from here. Let's see if we can track down whoever made that request. Okay. Alright, so the person who made that request is actually right here. Excuse me, would it be possible to speak with the person in charge here? Person in charge, huh? You're looking at him. Something I can help you with? Can't imagine what would draw a bunch of students to the port. We're here on a request from the Imperial Governor. We've been informed that there's a monster around here that needs to be dealt with. Oh, you guys are here about that? I just sent the request to City Hall yesterday. Didn't think they'd get anyone out here that quick. I bet this is my father's doing. Sheer coincidence that it has his fingerprints written all over it. Well, he is the Imperial Governor after all. He can pull strings. Ah, are you Governor Regnus' son? You should be really proud to have such a hardworking dad like that. Yes, I am. Anyway, would you be willing to explain the particulars of your request to us? Sure, no problem. There's a doorway over there. We know the monster's lurking somewhere in there. It leads to the old underground passage. And lately, we've been hearing the howls of some beast down there. Old underground passage, you say? You think it's... might be the same tunnels we went into from the hotel yesterday. It does seem like that network of passageways runs under most of the city. Regardless, it seems the howling monster is to be our target this time. Might I ask how we can gain access to the underground passage? Is there some problem? This has been bugging me. I think it's something in the way you talk, but you're not a noble, are you? I am, but how does that impact our ability to do what you've requested? Maybe it doesn't, but still. You damn nobles live the high life, looking down on us common folk. I can't really bring myself to ask for help from people who think they're born better than us. But... looks like the reinforcements have a pretty strong foothold in this part of the city. Or the reformists have a really strong foothold in this part of the city. Yeah, is that any real surprise? Actually, if that bothers you, I should have mentioned I'm a noble too. Granted, I'm from a pretty distant part of the Empire, but still. You're kidding me, right? Our class is actually made up of both commoners and nobles. I'm a commoner myself, but Irene and Laura have always gone out of their way to help me. Laura is skilled with a sword, and her commitment to duty is second to none. She'd never dream of looking down on people or giving less than her all. Elliot, Fee. My friends are telling the truth. My father was the one who assigned us to this task, so if you feel you can trust his judgment. Sorry, you're right. You came out of your way to give us a hand, but it's hard to shake old beliefs. Here, I'll leave this with you. Head farther along the port and go through the door you find. That'll take you into the underground passage. The layout's pretty complicated, but there's water flowing down there too, so watch your step. You have my thanks. It's nothing. I'm sorry for treating you so rudely. I should be a better man than that. Always thought nobles and commoners were oil and water, but I guess there are some good nobles out there after all. I agree. Alright, we've got ourselves a monster to exterminate. Let's head down into the tunnels. Ready when you are. Before we go, I want you all to know that I really appreciate what you said. Especially you, Fee. I didn't expect to hear that that I'd ever hear you stick up for me. It made me truly happy. No need to thank me. There's no charge for telling the truth. Well, if you insist. Looks like these two really have patched things up. Well, I'll take that any day compared to what we had before. Alright, let's start by finding the door that leads to the underground. Yeah. Well, first things first. If we come down here...
Being near water always helps me relax.
Oh yeah, your hometown is right on a lake, isn't it?
Where is it at? Here we go.
Esperanza?
I believe it means hope.
There's a fishing spot here, and there should be a new species for us to catch. And it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna require all 4 buttons.
Wow, this is a big one.
All right, there we go. And I guess I'll see you guys once I'm done doing more fishing. All right, that takes care of the fishing. So now all we have left to do is head over here. Looks like it opened. If our last trip into these tunnels is anything to go by, it's not going to be easy going. Indeed, we should make sure we're thoroughly prepared. Right. Seems like this was built in the Middle Ages too, just like that passage we were in yesterday. You think they're connected? Even if they were, they're so far apart that I doubt we could find our way to the tunnel from yesterday. I can hear running water too. It looks like that the port chief was right. This area seems like it's connected to some kind of waterway. Maybe it's even connected directly to the Anor River. Judging by the way the sound echoes, this passage is wider than yesterday's. Just as gloomy though. It's gonna be rough. Yeah, no one was expecting it to be smooth going. But at least now you and Laura can link with each other. That should make battles that much easier for all of us. Yeah, if you were looking for a chance to make up for all the worry you've cost us, well, here you go. Leave it to us. I'm looking forward to repaying our debts to you all. Looks like those two didn't waste much time putting the past behind them. I'm gonna have to be careful. They don't leave me in the dust. Alright, Elliot now has his S-Craft, 7th Rhapsody. This one's actually an interesting one because it's not actually a physical attack. We'll go ahead and show it off here in one of the next battles because it's not a S-Craft that we particularly need, but it can be useful. We also have a new enemy, Scavenger Crow. Oh wait, Elliot was first up. Why? So stupid. I did not mean for that to happen. Dang it. I was meaning to do analysis.
My turn.
I'll handle it.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this enemy off, and we'll try to get his S-Craft here in one of the next battles. We'll definitely aim for it, especially since there is in fact another enemy here. All right. So we're gonna actually go ahead and have Fee and Laura link.
My turn.
And now we'll go ahead and show off 7th Rhapsody. So it utterly destroys foes. Oh, it isn't a... I'm thinking of a later game, I'm sorry. But no, I guess it does destroy enemies. Okay, I literally... So later on in the series, his S-Craft actually becomes a more support role type of S-Craft. I actually forgot that in this game, his S-Craft is actually a physical art, or a physical attack, so that is my fault. Also, we have a Sharkodile. You know, if you ever wanted to see a combination of the terrifying two as, you know, a shark and a crocodile, well, here you go. Also, I'm going to go ahead and show off Laura's Brilliant Spin, as this is actually a really good art for her to have, as it pretty much does a spin attack. Like, you know, if you've played The Legend of Zelda and you've done spin attacks, it's like, that's pretty much what it gives to her.
Will we fight together?
Also, Fee got a level up, and Machias got a level up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and come down here. Find an EP charge 1, as well as a new enemy of one we fought many times before.
Let's go.
We have a flash throw.
I'll pick you up.
Okay.
Sorry, Elliot, you're not gonna be able to get a critical off right now. Alright, so there's that.
Okay.
Still easy to defeat though. Nothing we can't handle. And Reen got a level up. Very, very nice. Alright, we get some Sepith, which is going to be useful for us. Actually, how much Sepith do I have at the moment? Is there a way I can see that? That's not what I want. I don't think I can see Sepith on normal gameplay, can I? Yeah, no, I don't think I can. Creep. Yep, nope. Darn. Oh well, we'll have to check it out later. For now, however, actually, I want to come up this way because I realize there's just, you know, some pots up here, but sometimes you can find some good items. You never know. Alright, so if we keep heading this direction, we will find yet another new enemy. We have a Fate Spinner. Alright, Elliot, go ahead and analyze.
My turn.
There we go. Level 39, so I don't know, it feels like we're kind of under-leveled, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
But I mean, at least we're still able to beat them.
Let's keep moving.
Alright, Laura gets a level up. And this one will have a Tira Balm in it. We have a U material and some Sepith Mass. We got some good Sepith Mass. We'll be able to get some good money from that. Alright, here we go. A speech. No, not like the, you know, the console.
I wonder when that mechanism was made.
I'm guessing a few hundred years ago at least. Probably during the Dark Ages.
Those were difficult times back then.
Now's your chance.
Alright, that's those enemies taken care of. You can go ahead and open this chest for a Phantom Phobia. Kind of sounds like Phasmophobia in a way. That's actually a really good game. If you haven't played Phasmophobia, I'm not really a horror person myself, but like I think Phasmophobia and Lethal Company just kind of had that like right bit of scary horror, or I guess funny horror more like. It's just funny to do stupid stuff in those games and die to scary stuff. So like to me it's definitely worth it if you've never actually played them.
Watch out, guys!
My turn. Go.
All right.
Alright, Elliot got a level up from that fight. And nothing else over here, but if we go down this way, we'll find yet another enemy.
Enemy sighted. Go.
My turn. Now. Go. You're finished.
I'll handle it.
And open!
My turn. Hey.
My turn. That's that. Let's keep moving.
And inside this chest will be a Cura Bomb, or a Balm. And then we'll keep going this way. And here we are. This is where I want to be actually, because once we defeat these
And
enemies...
open! Of course.
My turn.
Here we go.
Of course.
I'll handle
Here we go.
Right.
it. Okay. Hostiles neutralized. Guess we'll see
And
success.
Fee and Machias get another level up. But
I spy
there's
treasure.
actually an extra fishing spot here. And we want to fish here as there is a new fish species for us here. Alright, we've got a gluttonous bass. I've caught this before, haven't I? Yeah, this is not the species that we need. No, it's still a gluttonous bass. Okay, so this is going to be one of those instances where we use ground bait. As I want to try to catch this new species, and, you know, we need to... I already know it's here. That's pretty much what I know. I don't know why it's giving us gluttonous bass, but we'll hopefully get it here soon. Ah, here it is. The eel. And he's not easy to get either. But since he utilizes all 4 buttons as opposed to just one. There we go. Just on the last fish too from the second, you know, this time that I used ground bait. But that takes care of that. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the enemy and then we'll get that chest.
Is that a treasure chest?
Alright, and inside this chest we'll find a sleep quartz, which is kind of useful. It just really depends on how you want to set up your characters. I don't personally care to use it, but that's just me. Anyway, go ahead and keep heading down this way. We'll find another enemy to deal with, which, you know, these guys aren't anything new. Guess I'll go for Brilliant Spit again. And Reen gets a level up. We're increasing our levels here pretty good, or pretty consistently, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and head into the Underground Waterway 2, where we'll find more enemies.
We have nothing to fear.
Okay, so let's keep moving through here. And, you know, I think I'm actually going to do something a little different from here on out. And it's not so much that we do it for every dungeon, but just to make the most of our time here specifically, since we have seen a lot of this stuff. I think I'm going to go ahead and speed up a little bit, play some music, and I will talk when like we get a chest or a level up or anything, but I'm just going to kind of let things go through just to, you know, like just give us something to kind of work our way through, as I don't really have a whole lot of other topics to talk about at this point, since we've kind of discussed a lot of what I've wanted to talk about, and, you know, we aren't to the other spots where good topics are, you know, able to come up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that as we just kind of work our way through here, fighting fighting all the enemies and getting all the treasures. So I will see you guys here in a moment.
Watch out, guys! I did it!
Alright, looks like Elliot got a level up from one of our battles.
Done.
Fee and Machias got a level up as well. And inside this first chest, we get an aerial quartz. And then up here, we get an EP Charge 3. Alright, in this next chest, we have some ground bait.
Oh, a treasure
And
chest!
a Tyrrell in the next chest, which is actually very useful, as that is one of the higher amounts you can use to heal your party members.
This place seems like it goes on forever.
My father sure gave us a real humdinger of a job to deal with.
Well, I'm sure we must be getting close now. Safe for now.
Alright, looks like
Not
Laura
bad.
got another level up. And from this first chest in the third area, we will find
Oh, a treasure chest.
Leg Breaker.
Gets eliminated. Let's get
And
back.
Machias got another level up. And if we look in this chest, we have another Terrell Bomb.
For my blade.
Alright, Elliot and Fee got a level up. Alrighty, and finally we have a trap chest,
Oh, what a nice looking treasure chest.
which has a lot of enemies to deal with. Machias still doesn't have his S-Craft. Kind of really puts me in a weird situation because I don't want to waste our S-Crafts. But I mean, Rena's like the exception here because Rena does actually gain back his CP a lot faster than other characters.
My turn.
And so it's actually wise to really use his S-Craft more or less. Just because, you know, we
My
can,
turn.
we can easily,
My turn.
we can easily get his CP back. Oh, that's not good.
My turn.
My turn.
I'll handle it. Target's
Alright,
eliminated.
there we go. And for that, we get Taros. We get a new Master Quartz. Very, very nice. And with that, we've made it to the end of the waterway. Alright, let's go ahead and rest. Can we customize anymore? Oh, we just don't have enough Mira for it. Oops. My bad. Alright, looks like that's the monster that we need to defeat. Let us do it. Also, I want to mention that, like, this speeding up through dungeons and stuff, I will not make this a consistent thing, I promise you. I'm betting that's the monster we need to take care of. It looks like a gigantic crocodile. Seems pretty vicious, too. And this area doesn't have very good footing either. We'll really need to make sure we're fully prepared before we engage it. This is our opportunity to put our combat link to the test fee. Right. Alright, let's do it.
A worthy adversary.
Marine has already got his S-craft ready, but we're going to go ahead and waste a turn here to let Elliot scan it. And then we're going to let Laura wail on it.
My turn.
Alright, now let's go ahead and have Fee do it.
You'll feed. Dig. You okay?
My
And
turn.
sure, why not, Elliot? Go for it.
Well, it's just for you.
Okay. Got it.
And open. My turn.
I'll handle
Right. Oh, we did it.
Well, that took care of that. Machias got another level up. Phew, we did it. Just. Fee. It's hard to believe that not even 24 hours ago, you two still weren't getting along. The two of you really do make an amazing team, though. While the two of you coordinating your attacks, or with the two of you coordinating your attacks, I don't think anything stands a chance against us. No, that monster clearly had an advantage as far as brute strength is concerned. If we didn't have superior numbers, I doubt we would have emerged victorious. Yep, we still got room for improvement. The thought of you two getting any stronger is kind of terrifying. What's wrong? Nothing much. It's just seeing those two got me thinking that I'm going to need to strengthen my own resolve soon too. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it for now. Anyway, we ought to get back and give our report. Very well then. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and head back. Is something the matter? Oh, I didn't notice this before, but does anyone else feel a slight breeze in this area? Wait. This way. You think it's like the passage we found yesterday? So there's a secret passage here too. If so, I imagine it probably opens like the last one did. Maybe this leads to somewhere else in the capital then. No way to know for sure until we open it. I suspected as much. I wonder where this leads. It's hard to be sure. We lose our sense of direction and location traveling underground like this. But if I had to guess, I'd say we're heading in the direction of... Maybe there's an exit close by. Alright, let's try to make our way outside. Alright, let's do it. Got a few extra parts to this dungeon as well, so we're just gonna fight some enemies, get some chests, and get on our way.
My turn.
Alright, Marine gets a level up. He's officially level 40. And we get some Sepith in that chest. As well as some Sepith there. And then looks like we got another enemy to deal with.
That one looks enough.
We can get a chest with Celestial Balm in it. And if we keep moving forward, we should find another chest up ahead.
I welcome all challengers.
Looks like Laura got a level up this time. Ooh, and Fee too. Actually didn't even notice Fee got a level up. Oops. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and fight this enemy.
Go.
Alright. There should only be one other enemy here. Yep, there he is. And there's literally just 3 of them, so we can easily, you know, make...
Here we go.
My turn.
I'm losing my train of thought. I don't know, like, what I was gonna say, like, make mixed meat of them, I guess? I don't know.
We should keep going.
That's just how it seems to be. I'm not very good at commentary, can you tell? But, in this room in particular, instead of taking the obvious right path...
Oh, there's the exit.
We're finally there.
I want to climb up this ladder, because if we do...
Oh, what a nice looking
There's
treasure
a chest with La Forte. I guess that's on Fire S-Craft, I imagine. Or not Fire S-Craft, Fire Art, I imagine. But there's also a resting station here. So let's go see where we come out on. Hey, isn't this... Oh. We seem to have emerged in the Ost district. Machias' home is here, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, I had no idea that underground passage went all the way from the port to here. That network of tunnels beneath the city really does seem to cover a vast area. It's like something out of a spy novel, I'll say. Maybe it's a sign. Was that? That must be the chime to mark the noon hour. Yeah, that's Heimdall's cathedral's bell. The cathedral itself is pretty far away, over in the Saint district. You can hear it pretty close even here, or pretty clearly even here. Well, I think it's about time we found something to eat. How about we order to go from one of the local shops? And we really don't have much, but I'd be happy to at least treat you to coffee at our house. What? You mean, Machias? You're inviting us into your home? Ah, so this is the capital's famous fish and chips. I was expecting it to be delicious, but even still I'm impressed. Yeah, that pub's supposed to be pretty well known for their fish and chips. I'll admit it tastes good, but at the end of the day, it's still greasy comfort food. Better eat it while it's hot. It tastes disgusting if you let it cool off. Probably still better than wartime rations though. What food isn't? This coffee seems pretty high class though. It's got a nice rich fragrance. Do you buy your own beans or grind them at home? Yeah, it looks like my father went out and stocked up not too long ago. Now and then he gets the chance to take some time away from his duties and come relax back here. He sees his coffee as a small island of luxury in his hectic daily life, I think. That does sound like something I could see Governor Reagan saying. He seems like quite a respectable man to me. You would hardly imagine a home like this belonging to an important official like the Imperial Governor. It's tiny. You know, Fee, it wouldn't hurt to be a little less blunt. No worries. As I said, my father and I are commoners through and through. He might be a top official, but neither of us really saw that as a reason to change our whole lifestyle. Besides, it's not as though we don't have some attachment to this house. Ah, right. It does seem like a comfy place to live in, though. Really cozy and relaxing.
Ooh, there's a photo.
Oh, that.
Aww, look at cute little Machias there.
He looks like he had such a sweet disposition.
Yeah, before he grew up to be a stubborn old nag.
Stop nitpicking people's old family photos! Honestly.
The governor looks the same as ever, though. Is that woman next to him your older sister or something?
Close enough. She was a cousin on my father's side of the family. Since she lived quite close, she often came to visit. Now, her family was just my father and I, so having her around was a big help.
The way you speak about her seems to imply you no longer see her. Did she get married and move away?
She died. Around 6 years ago.
Oh,
I see. And that has something to do with why you hate the nobility, right?
So...
I never really planned on telling anyone about this. But considering all we've been through, I suppose it's time I told you a little more about me. It's a long story, but would you hear me out?
Of course.
absolutely.
Glad to.
Thanks. Sis was 9 years my senior. Beautiful, kind. To me, she was in every sense the ideal woman. Now, as I said earlier, we're a family of commoners through and through. But my father proved to be a very capable government official. And eventually, he was promoted to an important government position, where he started to make a name for himself. Honesty and integrity are a core part of his work ethic. So, of course, he made his fair share of enemies. But after seeing success in a number of major projects, he gained a reputation both inside and outside the government. My mother died when I was still young, but Sis happened to live around here and ended up helping us in more ways than I can count. Since she was his niece, my father always made a fuss over her. And even though she didn't live in the same house, she was like a real sister to me, and a real daughter to my father. I was always so proud of her. As a child, she was practically my idol. And as you'd expect, she had countless admirers among the men of the city. But for all her popularity, she was always level-headed and sensible. So I never felt I had anything to worry about. Until he appeared. He was one of my father's subordinates at City Hall. Though unlike him, he was a noble by birth. A man of high rank, too. The heir of a count. However, he had none of the arrogance or haughtiness one usually associates with the nobility. When I met him myself, he came across as an honest and loyal man. He met Sis when Dad introduced him to her one day. And eventually, the two of them fell in love and began a relationship, despite the difference in their social status. As a child, I was frustrated beyond words. But even I had to admit that the two of them made a good couple. And Sis seemed so happy when she was with him that I had no choice but to let it go and accept their relationship. Time went on and they became engaged, with Dad acting as the go-between. And that's when everything started to fall apart. His family couldn't have been more blatant in their attempts to undermine the relationship. Apparently, one of the four great houses, House Cayenne, proposed an arranged marriage on short notice. And the Count's family were up in arms at the thought he might choose to take a mere commoner as his wife. Since my father held an important post, they were limited in how shamelessly they could try to sabotage the marriage. But they began to harass and threaten her in secret every way they could think of. They made her life a living hell. Maybe she didn't want to cause trouble for the man she loved, or perhaps she did it out of consideration for my father. But all that time, she chose to endure it alone. She never discussed it or asked for help. And finally, it became so crushing that she took her own life. It was only afterward that my father and I learned what had really happened. It seems that at the very last, he'd chosen to betray her love for him. But I told her, he said. I told her I'd treasure her as my mistress instead if she'd just accept that we couldn't be married. I just don't understand it. Why would she take her own life? After that, my father seemed to redouble his efforts. It was like watching a machine kick into high gear. With the help of his ally, Chancellor Osborne, he was able to wrest control of City Hall from the noble faction. Then, 4 years ago, he was appointed to his current position as governor of Heimdall, And that's how the Regnitz family came to be where it is.
I don't even know what to say.
So that's why you started hating nobles?
Yeah. I was so furious at Sis's death. My hatred needed to be directed at someone. Anyone. First I blamed her fiancé, then his family, and the family of the Duke who tried to intervene. In the end, I just hated the nobility as a whole. The people, their culture, the entire idea of social classes. I desperately wanted the strength to win against them, to show how right I was, how wrong they were. But deep down, I knew the truth about my hate. I knew I was taking out my anger on people who didn't deserve it. People who had done nothing wrong.
You did?
They may be from different social classes, but people are still individuals. Sis's fiancé was faithful to her. He just wasn't strong enough to shield her from all that ugliness, despite his love. And the Count and his family were only acting in their best interests, which is to be expected, really. Ultimately, I've had to acknowledge that not all commoners are good people, and not all nobles are unworthy of respect. Eustace might not have done much to change my opinion. But getting to know you two showed me that there are nobles who live up to that name.
Machias.
I have no idea how my father feels about all of this, but this is how I've come to feel.
I see. You have my thanks.
I'm glad you felt you could talk to us about it.
Still, I don't think it hurt to be a bit more honest with yourself. If you're willing to admit all of that, maybe you can find it in you to be friends with Eustace too.
Are you kidding me? I might accept that not all nobles are bad, but that arrogant, self-centered fool can go choke on a palm. Always mocking me for spending so much time studying, or telling me I need to get out more.
I don't think he goes quite that far. Besides, I don't think he does it on purpose. He doesn't mean any harm.
That's the most irritating part! He does it without thinking!
Well, that was a good coffee break, wouldn't you say?
Machias can now use the S-Craft Ultimate Shot. Well, lunchtime is over. It must be almost time for the summer festival decorations to start going up. Huh? I would have thought preparations would have started way before now. Is the summer festival not that big a deal in the capital? It depends on who you ask, I guess. I've always just thought of it as one of those small yearly traditions. In my hometown, the summer festival is a major event with extensive preparations. Perhaps those places where the ancient animistic traditions survive have put more effort into celebrating the festival. Animism doesn't seem to have mostly vanished here. Not as much as in Ruhr or Crossbell, though. Well, I suppose it's hard to think of it as a seasonal festival in the capital when it's celebrated a month late to begin with. I think most just see it as an opportunity to catch a glimpse of the imperial family. Yeah, that does sound about right. Oh, that makes sense. Is that your Arceus ringing? What's it doing ringing out here? This is Clash 7, Group A, Reen Schwarzer speaking. Hello there, Reen. This is Carl Regnus. Governor Regnus? Dad? Come to think of it, he did say that we'd be able to use our Arceus communications functionality in the city, didn't he? You're Group A's representative, so I figured it'd be best to call you. Is now a good time? Yeah, now is totally fine. We actually just left your home. Machias invited us in for coffee. Did he now? I had a favorite specialty store roast those beans just the way I like them. It was top-notch brew, all right. With all that's been going on, it was nice to just sit down and enjoy a good cup of coffee. Well, I'm glad you were able to spend some quality time together. Anyway, getting to the point, I'm calling because we have a bit of a problem on our hands. That being the case, I'd like Group A to take care of one additional quest or task for me. An extra task? We can do it, sure, but what exactly is it you'd like us to do? There appears to have been a burglary at the jewelers in the Garner district. But that's not all. The culprit seems to have left a message addressed to you. What? Your confusion is understandable. However, the jewelers submitted a report of the burglary in City Hall a short while ago. Normally I'd leave this to the proper authorities, but would you be willing to go and see if there's anything you can do? Of course, sir. We'll head over to the Garner district at once. Alright then, I'll leave this matter in your hands. What was that all about? Whatever it was, you seem perplexed. Well, wait till you hear this. So a jewelry boutique was burglarized and the culprit left a message addressed to us? Weird. Though, thinking about it, this all sounds kind of familiar. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm getting a strange sense of deja vu as well. Still, it would have been helpful if my father could have furnished a few more details. Well, it's already past noon. Let's head over to the Garner district and find out what happened. Alright, looks like we have one additional field study, burglary at the jewelers. And I think that next time on The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, we're going to figure out what exactly happened here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a like, it helps out a ton. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already. And I will see you guys all later.